The Derksen family has been operating Ford dealership hometown service in the community since 1955. General Manager Alvin Derksen, along with his three brothers, are the third generation at the helm of hometown service. Looking back, Alvin explains the business has come a long way. In the early years, with the dependence on the local agricultural basis, business boomed and slowed depending on the season and the harvest.
And we were also much more dependent on agriculture in those days. We didn't have the manufacturing base that we have today, so our seasons would kind of, the busyness would change with the seasons depending on how agriculture was going. If it was a dry year, a wet year, whatever, then there wasn't a lot of vehicles being sold. Then it was repairs.
Despite the challenges of owning a family business, he says for his own dad it also means leaving a legacy and employment for the next generation.
I remember our dad saying this, that for him the biggest reward was seeing that carried on to the next generation. That kind of made all his hard work worthwhile, and it wasn't so much a monetary reward, it was more just to see the next generation and the jobs it created. And I know my mother was in here when we did our grand opening here 11 years ago, and she stood and looked around and she just thought, and told me too, that thought back to what that little blacksmith shop, how many jobs it's created over the years, And there's so many stories like that in these little communities, right, where it started out with a dream and a lot of hard work.
For Pembina Valley Online, I'm Stephen Succo.